Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back to Midlife Priceless. I am back out here this morning. I was trying to do the horizontal and it doesn't want to do it. So we're going to go with the old school. I actually like the way the other one came out, the horizontal orientation for my phone. I might even stop this broadcast at a point and just change it back. I don't know that I can do that, by the way. So good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, evening time, whatever time of day it is where you are. Hi, this is Miss Margaret again with the Midlife Priceless. I hope you join me. Hit the like as you come in, subscribe, comment, share, all those things. I'll give it a couple of warm up minutes so I can see if some people will join me. If not, you can always join me later like you always do. Let me pull you in a little bit closer. My neighbors are over there talking loud about a car being sold, and why didn't you sell it to me, man? You know how that goes. So, this morning has been a little bit trying for your friend. Um, I have an addiction to coffee that is second to none, and it's a damn shame. I can't survive without having my morning Java. There is a playlist called Morning Java. And in fact, you know what? I think that's what this is for. Let's talk about coffee. Let's start off with my brand, Cafe du Monde. This is from New Orleans, Louisiana, at the infamous, timeless Cafe du Monde. And I cannot go to New Orleans and not go there. I have to have a beignet, which is that lovely. It's a fried biscuit tart. No, I can't say tart because there's nothing inside. It's a breaded treat, sort of like a think of a donut, except it's so light and airy, and they're small, and they cover them with an embarrassment of powdered sugar to the point that it's all over your mouth, on your chin, down on your clothes, and you look like you've been in the house of ill repute smelling stuff. Point being, this morning, Mama's out of coffee. And I tell you, I was banging this thing, trying to get the last few grounds out of this tin like a junkie. Anyway, on the back, they have recipes for a recipe for cafe au lait on the back. But here's the thing that I need to tell you: do not buy this coffee anywhere except through their website. I learned the hard way. Zod, hi. I learned the hard way. This coffee on Amazon is not the authentic product. Even the grounds are going to come in thicker, looking like pebbles almost. I was so angry because I ordered 6 cans of an imposter's product. That's unacceptable to me. This is the original. I think they run about 650 or 685 a tin or something like that. I can't remember, even though I just ordered it this morning. So I ordered them by half case. I can't afford an entire case at one time. So I just order it and enjoy it all I want to. And I percolate coffee. So that is my personal preference. I have a Hamilton Beach coffee percolator, and it is the most. The K-Cup people, also available for you guys. Very affordable, by the way. But I think it's like $10 for a box of 12, if I'm not mistaken. Don't hold me to it, but go to cafedumonde.com. Get your stuff. Now, what I've had is what's left of my coffee. And it's the way I start my day. It is my morning routine. I become one with my life over a cup of coffee every morning. And I have the cups from Cafe du Monde. They have a proper cup and saucer, which is the one that you'll get if you go to the restaurant. And there's always a line down the block. So if you go to New Orleans, go early. And I also have 2 mugs because I'm that kind of fan. I love it. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. And please, please, please hit the like button so that I know you're here. The little icons at the top of my screen up here are telling me things, but it's so unreliable and I can't really tell how many of you are with me at the moment. I always find out after. But hi again and welcome back to Midlife Crisis. So today, actually, we weren't supposed to be talking about coffee. It was just something I'm complaining about. And if you don't know, let me warn you, I speak to my neighbors. I have to. And if you hear them shouting, it's because they're talking about a car that they blah, blah, blah. You know how you guys are about your trucks and so on. So now, let's talk about moisture and lubrication. Moisture and lubrication, I said. Moisture and lubrication. Where do I begin? Well, let's start with why I'm talking about it. I believe that when your skin feels good, your hair feels good, and your body is feeling good, it shows all over your face. And I've decided that I'm also here, yet another thing on my bucket list. I want to take a Reiki class. I want to get certified to give Reiki massages. I can't wait. And I met a lovely young lady yesterday when I went to buy some essential oils for my hair, and she's going to put me on to it. So let's start with hair. If you don't know anything about dreadlocks, you're about to learn about them now. First of all, they're not dreadlocks, they're locks. Sam Be Loving Life said you want to get the Reiki certification. Reiki massages. Lord Poppy is asking. Reiki is spelled Reiki. Reiki. It's a type of massage that begins without touch. And it summons the soul. It brings the spirit of the person to life. It is wonderful. I've had a Reiki massage before, and I'm here to tell you, it is the most engaging, sensual, wonderful massage you'll ever have. So that is where this begins. So we're going to talk about feeling good, moisturizing, and lubricating. My product line. I want to share with you the things that I like. And if you're not a baby boomer like me, you probably know what you like. But as your skin changes and as you have a different preference, you want to feel better. And so you want to start off by feeling good in your skin, right? The skin you're in. Sam Be Loving Life said, yes, I dream of having a touch therapy service to learn the pressure points of emotional release. It really is. When I had that massage, I thought I was going to scream and shout. I felt so good for the rest of the day. Lord Poppy says she's pregnant and she wants to feel good. And it doesn't matter if you're a baby boomer or not, honey. Welcome in, first of all. Second of all, what I'm talking about is for everyone. I always talk about things for everyone, but I put them through the filter of how I view it as a baby boomer, a person of age. I'm 60, by the way. So congratulations on your pregnancy. Stay healthy. Do your prenatal care. My mother was a prenatal nurse, so I'm big on that. And I am absolutely an advocate and believer in breastfeeding, so please do that. People don't like to talk about it or they feel a sense of embarrassment. But with my mom, my love, she would tell people in a minute if they said anything complimentary about me, she would say, oh, well, she was a breastfed baby. You got to breastfeed. I swear to God, when I get sick, it's serious illness. I don't get the colds and the flu like most people. You just walk past a person and suddenly you're ill. That's not me. It takes a lot to make me sick because the colostrum in the breast milk is what helps the baby's immune system be established and hold. You would think I had a baby for all that talk. Anyway, let's get back to it. So here it is. Cocoa Rose is an herbivore product. This one is, as you can see, I love it. This is a coconut oil body polish. So, drop the little lid, the inner sleeve. So when you, now there's another neighbor who wants to pump it up this morning, this afternoon. I can't believe it's 2:38. Anyway, um, this is the body polish, and it's gonna feel like a sugar scrub. Actually, excuse me, I gotta pick up the lid. I have to pick it up before the ants start crawling in it. It smells wonderful. It really does. This is my go-to for nights when lotion simply won't do. When I want to feel special, I use this. And what it does is it releases oils as you scrub away the dead skin follicles that might be hanging on and causing maybe even a flat, not a stink, but just a flat smell. You ever just don't feel fresh? This will bring it back. And just be careful, especially you, Lord Poppy, if you use it. Oh, you're breastfeeding? Hey, cool. I'm so happy to hear that. I totally, totally, totally support you on that one. I really do. I think it's wonderful. Don't let the young girls or your peer group be telling you about sagging breasts. They're going to sag anyway. Trust me. I've never had children, and they sag like pancakes. Anyway, when you use this product, be careful. Hey, Vivi, you're new. Hi. Andy Balls, hi. How are you? Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. So back to the body polish. If you use it, when you use it, be very careful because of the oil. It'll be on the floor of your shower. Be very careful when you're walking out. Hold on to something. Don't be proud. You know what I mean? And afterward, be sure you use some sort of cleaning product that will lift that oil right off the floor. There's the mailman. Hey. So that's product number one that I wanted to share. And I'm also going to put my little lid back in here because that keeps it from drying out. And then I put the lid, screw the top back on. All right, now yesterday I was talking about hair. So if you don't know anything about locks, by nature they're dry. And I'll just take mine down. They're all gray and black and brown. I spend a lot of time outside, so sometimes my hair will tint with the sun and go a little brown on me. But basically it's black, or it used to be black, and then there's the gray, and you know the rest. Or you can see it at least. So I was watching, I noticed that gray hair, like I was saying yesterday, gray hair is miserably dry. It is so dry. It's contrary. You're combing it one way and it's going in another direction. And it's just not black hair, by the way. I have talked to my Latino friends. I have talked to my white friends. I've talked to my Arab friends. We all saying the same thing. That gray hair is a bad child. Glad to have hair, but damn, this thing makes you work. So with black hair, moisture and oil is what keeps it in check. Not the gray hair, but just keeps our health, our hair follicles in check. So when I wash my hair, I do several things. First of all, I use an astringent, which is Sea Breeze. I rinse it through to not to the hair necessarily, because it'll get there on its own, but in the scalp. Why? Because there's a product buildup, a tendency for product buildup, because we use hair oils to keep the moisture in. You got to have a way to wash it out and then do a reset. So it starts off with me with the astringent. A person who takes care of locks, we call a loctician, not a beautician. And this is where I learned all these things. So I had stopped doing many of the best practices. And now I'm sorry because I'm restarting the hair care process. It's going rapidly, which is great. But had I done it all along, I probably would be much happier right now with myself, not my hair. So there are several things you need to know. First of all, stay off of the cotton pillowcases. And I think that would be true for any type of hair. try to get a satin pillowcase or a bonnet. I am not a bonnet person, but I have to admit, I bought this long bonnet, which allows my hair to stretch out and relax while I'm asleep, and it's not so distracting to me. So it was a great find. And I packed it with all the stuff I'm about to show you right now. So the second thing, or third or eighth thing that you need to know is that with oils, there are going to be two categories if you're talking about hair. One is a carrier oil, and the other is an essential oil. Think of a carrier oil as what carries the essential oil to the hair shaft throughout your scalp. Think of it that way and you'll never forget. What is a carrier oil? A carrier oil could be any type of ingestible oil. I know we ingest corn oil and all of those, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about things like olive oil or grapeseed oil. Um, oh, coconut oil. Those are carrier oils. They carry things to your hair. So I like olive oil, to be honest. I always get the organic extra virgin olive oil. If you're going to use, say, coconut oil, read the label very carefully. I had to learn that there is a huge difference between cold pressed oil and hot pressed. I think it's what it's called. K Foster said I look better than Whoopi. Thank you. Posca oil always works. Okay, Joseph. Elijah C. Hi. How are you? Welcome in. 3 hearts right back at you. And Margie Blot. Eczema. Let me tell you, I had eczema as a kid to the point that I was scratching it with a hairbrush on my legs, and it was hell. And my mom didn't know I was doing it because it was on my thighs. And I would wear pants. She never saw it. And one day she walked in and you know, I'm in my undergarments, and she sees all of this rough, scaly skin, and she was horrified because I used to tell her everything. I just never told her that. What I would suggest is go to a good dermatologist. I don't know that there's a topical or a homeopathic solution for eczema. It's so intense. But what I would say is that if you get the, I used Lidex growing up, Lidex. I don't know if they still make that. And I'm not recommending it because I'm not a physician, but I am telling you my experience, which is that I used Lidex and it was wonderful. But read the directions and the limitations on using it. Please do not put it on your face. And please wash your hands every time you use it. And it will work beautifully. Beautifully. So back to this. Okay, Law says that it's a person's diet that's causing eczema. I have a girlfriend who had, hey, Romaine Simpson. All right, Jamaica. A friend who had facial eczema. And she got the product to relieve and bring those cells up and get them to shed in her youth. And I wish you could see her skin today. She looks like a goddess. I mean, you can't make it up. She looks like she has on a thick layer of makeup and she has on nothing. So, enough about the carrier oils. Oh, another one is jojoba oil. I also use that as a carrier oil. This brand is called Now Solutions, non-GMO, organic, and it says on here 100% moisturizing oil, multi-purpose and balancing. So I use this as a carrier oil. I can also use the olive oil as a carrier oil. The other thing is I also use rose water. Now this is rose water mist, like rose water you spray on your face anywhere you want. But I also have rose water. This one says for external use only. Somebody's coming to see me and he doesn't know I'm on here talking to you guys. I'm not going anywhere. Just hanging there with me. Hey, how you doing? Good. I'm in here. I'm out here doing a video. What's up? Let me call you later. I'm doing a video. We're live. So, um, so what I use this rose water. It's just distilled rose water, and it smells like heaven. But you don't want to spray it on and waste it so much. So I would say get a good brand and use it not sparingly, but use it judiciously. Don't just waste it because it's too expensive. This little bottle here was about $7. This rosewater mist has the white rose water with antioxidants and so on, coconut water, aloe vera, and willow bark. So it's a larger bottle, but it was still $10. I mean, seriously? Hair is expensive. Bald heads is expensive too, from what I hear, just trying to maintain that bad boy. So, the other thing I have is peppermint essential oil, also expensive, but I put this with one of my carrier oils, right? And then I put it in a spray bottle. And my spray bottle, oh man, I thought I had it with me. Oh, here it is. I put it in a spray bottle, shake it all up, and spray it. Now, the kind of spray bottle I have here is kind of ornery. You see, I kept spraying after I stopped pumping it. I don't know why it does that. I don't know if there's something wrong with it or if that's the way it's supposed to work, but that's what's happening. So that's what's going on there. So I shake all this up after I put in all these things, and it gives me a nice spray that I can use every other day or something like that. Now, this is frankincense and myrrh. This little itty bitty bottle was $10 damn. Don't forget to give a thumbs up. That's right, Laws. Thank you. And please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Lord Papa, you use what on your son? The rose water? Because I sprayed, I used to be on the ocean a lot, and I would spray rose water on my face because I didn't like the leathery look that the other ladies were earning by being out in the sun with no protection. And I don't like putting that sunblock on my face. So the rose water seemed to do everything I needed to do, so I never did much more than that. Now, 2 other products, and then we're going to talk about lubrication. I'm a bad girl. So this is Jamaican black castor oil, and it has it's infused with rosemary and peppermint. That's the brand. This is also $10, but look at the difference between this $10 and this $10. So you're starting to get the picture. This is an essential oil. It needs help. It has castor oil in here as a carrier oil. Am I making sense to everybody? What's up, midlife priceless? Midlife crisis. All right, Terrifier. I'm midlife priceless, boo-boo. So I want you to think about what works for you. Now, last and final product. Well, yeah, last and final product that is already packaged. This is mango and lime black castor oil skin and hair butter. I'm here to tell you, this stuff is so thick. You understand me? I'm not a fan of the smell. I did use it already, but here's the thing about locks. Some people will melt this and it goes transparent. The thing is that when it dries, it's going to go back to this color. Do you really want to see that? So I'll think about whether or not I'm going to use this. I dipped my finger in it and applied it to one of my locks, and it was a nightmare. I could smell it, all the things. So I got to figure out how to make use of this. It's a good product. It was this is $12, by the way. It's a good product, but it's just too thick for me. I want to be loose, wild, and free. Don't hem me up unless you bring in that hemp rope. We're going to talk about that one day too. So here's the other thing. You can create infused oils with nutrients for your scalp. I'm still working on the ingredients. There's one left, but one here is cumin seed, and the other one is fenugreek seed. Well, here, let me turn them around so you can see. This is the cumin, and this is the fenugreek seed. So these are going to go into an herb grinder, and you grind it all up, and you put it in a carrier oil. In the carrier oil, you can also add your essential oils and make your own oil for your scalp, and it can go into a measuring squeeze bottle. See what I mean? And then every week, once or twice a week, you just part your hair and go through and do your thing. And that should keep you healthy. Now, back to the satin bonnet. It's long. I like it, but it's not fashionable. I think they should come out with a fashionable bonnet. I don't like at bedtime. It's not going to be, you're not going to be looking sexy. You're just going to be looking like you got on a bonnet, which is what you got on. So anyway, that wraps it up on the hair moisturizing and oiling. But now here's the thing. Understand that to do anything with your locks, please wet them first with the rose water, or at least with that spray we talked about, and then do your thing. Because it's the oil that locks in the water, right? Oil and water don't mix. Okay, good. So it makes the water it makes the oil stay, and carries it still. It's another form of carrier. So you want to do that. Now, for the yum good part. Hey, from Alabama. What's up, Ray? What you doing? You like bonnets, Lord? They keep it keeps the spot in my head that gets knotted easy. Yes. Now it does that. It keeps your hair from getting knotted, but it also gives you some control over your. Have you ever had to fight your hair on a pillow, or somebody's arm gets caught? It's just a lot, but it's just not cute, and that's my problem. Travansky says, you know what I find beautiful in females? Glasses, because it shows intelligence and it's hot. Am I hot? I'm intelligent, but I'm not hot. I hope I'm hot. I'm trying to stay hot. So let's get to the juicy part. Let's get to the juicy part. I want to talk about lubrication. I am at 60, beyond my years of, what can I say? Pain management. Let's call it that. I don't want to feel the pain like that. So if you are of age, and I hope you are watching my channel, God knows, there are several things you want to know. First of all, a lot of mechanical products, and I'm choosing my words carefully, so read between the lines. You cannot use oil-based or certain types of lubrication, because it will corrode the material that your equipment is made from. So you want to always get water-based lubricants. So we're doing all the skin today, honey. Hair, scalp, skin, body, skin. Now we're going into the skin. If you know any of these two products, I implore you, grow up. Neither of them do one damn thing but give you something to complain about. That's why these are full. Now, what does work and is wonderful is a product that my girlfriend told me about. I won't call her name. I don't want to make her ashamed. This one is called Uberlube. It is from heaven. Uberlube. It is from heaven. Let me tell you something. It doesn't have a taste. It doesn't have a smell. You don't have to keep pumping it and turning off the fan because it's drying out. None of that. It is from heaven. You can get it on Amazon, and I'll tell you, when you get it from Amazon, look for the set. The set will have this bottle and then a carry size, a purse size. And it'll be in a blue, It'll be in a blue dispenser. Get that one because it's nice to travel with your care. We're going to call things as they should be called. Um, Another nice item is natural cocoa butter, real cocoa butter. I'm talking about that crap in the grocery in the drugstore. Get it from a supplier in Grenada where they grow the plant and package it nicely. And it is the best skin lubricant that I've experienced. Now, I will warn you that it's if it's really cold in the room or outside, it's going to be really hard to break through. So put it in your hands and keep rubbing until it softens up a little bit, and then you can apply it on your skin or whatever. If it's dead heat of summer, you won't have that problem. You just rub it on when you get out of the shower. It doesn't stain your clothes. I would recommend, however, that if you want to do a heavy application because you're going to be out in the sun all day, it's fine, but just be aware that it might get a little sticky wicky in your clothes. But I have really enjoyed that cocoa butter. Shea butter is also another one most people know about. There is even a shea butter bubble bath that I get from Whole Paycheck, better known as Whole Foods. And it comes in a pretty large container, and it's not expensive. But I can't use your typical perfumed items, whether it's soap, or bubble bath, deodorant. All of that stuff breaks me out. So I would recommend you try those. So that's everything I wanted to talk about today. Just looking through and trying to get my hair back to its fighting weight. Like I was saying yesterday, after all that chemo, my hair has thinned exponentially. It used to be, woo, I used to look like a lioness. Now I'm looking more like Tanty Margaret. I look more harmless now than I did back then. So that's everything. Artia Games Oficial, you speak English? I'm sorry. No habla español. Sorry. Any questions? Put them in the comments. If I don't see them before we discontinue this broadcast, this live, then I will answer you. If you are interested in any of the products and seeing how it's going, just let me know and I'll make a point of posting on it and, so on and so forth. Thank you, Artia. Thank you. I feel beautiful today, so right on time with that. I appreciate you. So, last tour of duty. Frankincense and myrrh, the essential oil, and you want to please don't put these oils on yourself. They'll burn you. You got to break them down with a carrier oil like jojoba oil. What do you call it? Olive oil. And you also can break it down with the rose water, mist, or the one that's more intense in rose water. Don't forget your Jamaican black castor oil. Don't forget to shower with your cocoa rosé or cocoa rose. And don't forget to use a decent lubricant, and you will have a wonderful evening, I promise. I swear on all that's in me. Oh, and I forgot that last one, excuse me. Peppermint oil. This one is especially good because as an essential oil, you will feel your scalp tingling, and they say that it promotes your blood flow in the scalp, so that's always great. You like the gray in my locks? Thank you. Thank you. And hi, Costa Rica. Okay, you're in Costa Rica. The gray hair is, I try to dye it to maintain a more youthful appearance, but I find when you dye your hair, it just makes you look old. Just roll with it and enjoy it. I find I get a lot of compliments really from younger people, not people my age. Oh, by the way, I'm supposed to say it again. If you haven't hit the like button, please tap the like button, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'm so happy to meet some of you new people. So nice, so nice, so nice to meet you all. And that's really it. If you're an old head and you've been here before, have no fear. Yes, I'm still going to play hopscotch, but I swear to God, it was raining this morning. And by the time I decided against going and doing all the things to get to the location and draw the board, draw my hopscotch game on the pavement and everything, it was raining. So then the sun came out later. So I ran out here to talk to you now, but I'm disappointed. I think maybe I should just take my chances, but next time to just get out there and start drawing out my hopscotch board and go ahead and play it. I'm not going to diet. 313T. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And I know I saw you early, and I'm sorry I didn't say hello. So hello. Nice to meet you. Welcome in. I'm not going to diet anymore. And besides which, you can't really dye locks. That's a good topic, actually. You cannot dye locks. Let me say it differently. You can put dye on it. Good luck getting the dye out of it. And what happens is it corrodes. If you ever see a person who dyed their locks, and I'm talking about the whole thing, not just the roots, you'll notice that it becomes thinner and thinner and thinner in time. What's happening is because you did not, or the person could not rinse out the dye starts to corrode and literally, chemically eat the lock from the inside out. And the next thing you know, the person is practically bald, because what's affecting down here is also affecting your roots and everything. It's a whole ecosystem going on up there. So I would say dyeing locks is not a good idea. I let someone make me feel insecure, and that's how I ended up with my locks dyed. It will not happen again. Promise you that. Artia, bye. Talk to you next time. And listen, you guys have a great day. Moisturize and lubricate. Bye for now.